Hi there. My name is John Stevens. I'm pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take the lectionary text and we tie them to an item from the junk drawer, maybe the kids' room, the garage, maybe the Dollar Tree, maybe arts and crafts supplies. And we tie them to those and we talk about the good news of Jesus Christ. So I am glad that you are with me today. This is for Palm Sunday, Palm or Passion Sunday, March 28th, and it's for the narrative lectionary and the Revised Common Lectionary together. This year the texts are different, but the main focus that I'm looking at is the same. And this kind of comes about through the Gospels and then also through where we're at right now. And this is my reminder that you guys have been rocking it. We're over a year into this, and I know you're tired. I know the congregation gets tired, and sometimes, like our kids, when we get tired, we get grumpy. And there's times where that grumpiness comes out pointed at you. And it's hard not to take it personally. Sometimes it is. And I'm just here to remind you that, and it's not I'm just here to remind you. No, I'm here to remind you that you are rocking it. You are doing a fantastic job. And God's got you, holding you tightly. And so all of that reminds me of in the gospel lesson, or in the Gospels, in the New Testament, there's so much looking backwards. It's like John's always like, oh, and the disciples remembered when Jesus said this. In Luke and other Gospels, Mark is the beginning of the good news, and so at the resurrection, we get them running off, scared everywhere, and it's not until us today we look back and we go, oh, God was up to something. This idea, it's all about hindsight. It's about hindsight is 2020, and that right there is the springboard. And it's that, people have been asking the question, if you could go back a year and talk to yourself the week before we shut down, and when we were all like, oh, we'll stay home for 2 weeks, and then we'll get back at it. Oh, we're going to celebrate Easter in a month when we all get back together. All of this hindsight is 2020. The disciples had it. They look back and they see how Jesus has been active and all the things that Jesus said about going to the cross. And here, Palm Sunday, Passion Sunday, it's going to the cross, and they still won't really get it until Easter, until after Easter. But we are on this side of the story. So we can tell the story because our hindsight is 2020. We look back. So I'll show you what I'm going to use, and it ends with the springboard for what I think, what I'm putting out there for you to use. There's Palm Sunday, of course, every year, so you can look on the Dollar Store Children's Sermon website for other ideas as well. So this is what I'm using, and then it's going to end. So I'm going to teach you a magic trick. And this magic trick, you need a square with a center dot in the center, and then on the other side you need 2 dots, and then on the third side you need 3, and then on the fourth side you need 4. I know, I said I'd teach you how it's done, so I will. So we've got the 1 here, and it looks like we've got 1 dot, but we actually have 2 dots there, like this. And so if I'm covering this one here like that, it looks like I have 2, but it looks like I have 3 because I'm covering here, 3 and 1. Turn it over to this side, and it looks like I have 2, but if I cover this way, it looks like I have 4, so like that. Again, so it looks like I have 3, looks like I have 4, looks like I have 1, looks like I have 2, etc. Things like that. Now, when I turn over to this side, you've got to be careful because here you don't want to flash this. You don't want to flash the blank spot over here, because people need to know that that's blank. And then on this side here, you got to be careful that you don't flash the blank spot over here. You don't want to flash that one there. But if you do get caught, you can always turn over to the 5th side. And if someone's burning you, you're like, I think I saw something, you turn over to the 6th side. And if you feel like you're seeing spots in front of your eyes, well, I have a great eye doctor you can go to. Yes. So that is this is how I'm ending, and it's with the eye chart. And the eye chart is this is a we know the eye chart. That's the chart that we use to test our eyesight. And there's times I'll go into the doctor, I'll have my eyesight checked, and you can hindsight, when I come back out and I get my glasses, I'm like, oh, I can see. Oh, that's great. This idea of the Gospels, where we look hindsight, we look at what Jesus and God has been up to, and how God is, through Jesus Christ, is moving us into the future. So now you can, if you like the spot thing, it's you can actually do this up to the point I'm kind of resetting this just so you can actually do this without the kicker, and that is you can do it this way. You can do it just the one dot, because you really do have just another dot here, and you have the one dot there, two dots there, three dots there, four dots there. Now you don't have to use the idea of teaching a trick. You can talk about you're going to do an eye test. And the eye test is this. You say, all right, so on this side, how many dots do you see? I see one. Great. How many dots do you see here? I see two. Great. How many dots do you see here? They say three, four. And by that point, when you turn over the fourth one, they are laughing. And you're like, what? What, are you seeing spots in front of your eyes? And then you can either open it up. You can have two layers and open it up for the eye chart kicker. Or you can bring out an eye chart and say, I've got an eye chart for you, and talk about seeing and watching, and if I did this again, you would know that each side, it's a fun one. And again, you just have the two dots. The first one you're covering with the one dot, and then you turn it over, and you've got the two dots, and you can use any stickers, and then on the third side, and then on the fourth side, and there you are. And and then you can, if you want to talk about how it's done, you can, but it's not necessary, because the whole idea is about hindsight and about being able to see. All right, so that is my springboard for this Palm Sunday. Again, I told you earlier, but I can't emphasize it enough. You guys are rocking this. Thank you so much for your partnership in this ministry and in the church-wide ministry. The Church Catholic, with that small c, universal, all of us together, because God has pulled us together, and we are loved by God. Thank God for that. All right, peace. We'll see you next week for Easter Sunday. Oh, I'm so excited. So, all right, we'll see you then. Peace.